This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime. In association with Micromax. Nothing like anything.
Hello and welcome. You're watching The Property Show. Today marks the start of New Year as we celebrate Baisakhi and Bihu across the country. But will the festival of harvest symbolize green shoots for Indian real estate? Are things starting to look up in the property markets? You'll find out over the course of this show. Joining me is Sameer Jasuja, founder and CEO of Prop Equity, to answer all your buy, sell, invest queries. On today's lineup, are properties on the Dwarka Expressway in Gurgaon worth waiting for? A look at best projects in over a crore in Gurgaon. Under construction residential projects within 60 lakhs in Noida. Lucknow's growing real estate corridors for properties within 50 lakhs. Hot projects in Bangalore's Whitefield in 50 to 60 lakhs. Also a spotlight on Hyderabad's high-tech city for end-use and investment properties. A review of prime properties in Mumbai. And is Pune poised to become India's 7th metro city? The industry thinks so. An interesting report coming up. Let's talk further about what's happening in the industry. The real estate sector has been banking on the market regulator SEBI's decision to introduce real estate investment trusts or REITs to address the sector's drying liquidity conditions. SEBI did issue a consultation paper for REITs late last year, about in October, but the guidelines are still awaited. Unitam Ojha tells you what the industry expects and how soon can REITs become a reality.
Better late than never is what is on the mind of the Indian real estate sector when it comes to REITs. It has been a long wait for the sector for real estate investment trusts, which are credited to have generated significant liquidity and investment traction in countries like the US, Singapore and Canada. Though SEBI first talked about introducing REITs way back in 2008, it's only in October last year that the market regulator published the first consultation paper. Given the fluid political situation and the fact that the Finance Ministry has to weave in suggestions of the industry into the final guidelines, industry experts say the sector might have to wait for a couple of years for REITs to be a reality in India.
Give this government at least 2 years plus to see this actually can happen, and the reason is very simple. SEBI is very keen, the industry is very keen.
According to the SEBI paper, REITs will be registered as a trust with the market regulator. These trusts will not be allowed to launch any scheme. REITs will have to raise funds through initial offers. Additional funds can be raised through follow-on offers. The trusts will have to list their units on exchanges for trade. To ensure that only established players launch REITs, the minimum size of assets under management has been proposed at 1,000 crore rupees.
There are a lot of ambiguity still involved in the REIT legislations. Today, the draft rules which SEBI has issued talks about having a minimum asset size of 1,000 crores with a public float of close to 25%, which is 250 crores. Now, that we believe is a little too much to ask for.
I think it eventually all boils down to a new government and a stable government that can basically ensure that a lot of the legislative and the changes that need to happen in terms of taxation, in terms of capital gains, in terms of dividend distribution tax, in terms of securities transaction tax, and basically distribution of how the income needs to be distributed and how it has to be taxed.
However, industry is hopeful and positive about the impact of REITs on the cash-starved real estate market.
Legislation will come sooner than later, but if the REIT does come in, it's just going to accelerate the funding which will go in the real estate market. It'll bring in a new instrument. Retail investors will get an opportunity to invest, and it will. The most important part of the REIT, except besides all the funding, is that it is a major exit route for people who are investing money.
REITs are investment vehicles that invest in return-generating real estate. This investment may either be in the form of properties, mortgages, or mortgage-backed securities. The trust collects money from retail or institutional investors in return for shares in the property and its managers then deploy the funds into real estate, usually commercial projects. The income, which is in the form of rent or lease amount, is then distributed as dividend among investors.
Indian markets is now matured to welcome REITs sooner, with 400 million square feet of leased asset leased to large multinational companies, which gave very structured rental returns.
It is not just the changes to be made by the Finance Ministry and the SEBI. RBI too has to make changes to the Foreign Exchange Management Act and Foreign Direct Investment rules to make REITs a reality.
There is a long way to go for REITs to become a reality, as it has to go via the Parliament route for the necessary changes in the legislations. In New Delhi, Oinita Moja, NDTV.
Okay, a stable government, clarity on taxation and a smooth passage through the Parliament, crucial milestones that REITs will have to pass to become a reality in India. Also, we have a first caller on the line. It's Akshaya Jain. Hi Akshaya, what's your question for us?
देखिए, मैंने सेक्टर 109 गुड़गांव में अथर्वा स्कीम में एक यूनिट बुक कराया था दिसंबर 2007 में, और ये 3 BHK यूनिट था और इसका एरिया था 1755 स्क्वायर फीट। तो इसका पोजेशन अब मिला नहीं है हमें, तो हम ये सोच रहे हैं इसको रखें या इसको निकाल दें, क्या करें? व्हाट वी शुड डू?
Okay, Sector 109, one of the best located sectors along the Dwarka Expressway. During my field reporting, I've seen this structure has been ready for quite some time, but facing some delays. Should he hold on to it or move on?
So, our view is that Raheja Atharva is a project that has finally got delivered or is about to get delivered. So, I don't think execution will be too much of a challenge anymore. The project looks more or less ready. Maybe it will take another 6 months to 9 months to be handed over. But the problem with that area right now is that the livability is just not there.
Yeah.
So, what we would recommend is that Mr. Akshay should look at an exit and then probably reinvest his monies in other projects, because that's what the logical solution would be, to be in now in an area where there is livability, maybe from an end use perspective, also from an investment perspective, because the Dwarka Expressway game will take another 2 to 3 years to pan out. Okay. So that's our view. We'll come to some key recommendations if you look and get an exit. Golf course extension and Sona Road are the two micro markets we are recommending. Golf course extension is 15 projects, Sona Road is 12 projects. Golf course extension is a total of 6,770 units, whereas Sona Road is 7,160 units. The inventory overhang for ready projects which are getting ready in 2014 is almost zero. Everything is sold out. If you were to look at the price appreciation trends, Golf course road is 43% over the last 2.5 years, or 17% on an annualized basis, and Sona Road is 57% or 23% on an annualized basis. Parkview Spa Next is the first recommendation from our side. Bestech Group, Sector 67, 7,200 to 7,600 rupees a square foot is the rate. 2014 is the completion year. Available from the resale market. Space Privy by Space Limited, Sector 72, 7,100 rupees a square foot is the price. 2013 is the completion year, and this project is also available from the resale market.
All right, so Akshay, your property that you've booked, Raheja Atharva, Sector 109, Gurgaon, this location is currently low on livability. Much of the internal roads are not ready, and of course, Dwarka Expressway is still stalled in disputes. So, from an end-use perspective, it'll obviously be better if you offload this property and move on to other locations. Also, from an investment perspective, Sameer feels it's best to move on to livable locations. Look at Golf Course Extension Road. We're recommending projects like Parkview Spa Next by Bestech Group and Space Privy by Space Limited. Next is an email by Alok Asthana. He writes, I wish to purchase a 2.5 to 3 BHK apartment for end use. Budget is 50 to 60 lakhs. Preferred location Noida, and he wants something between 900 to 1200 square feet. Would like to move in within 12 to 24 months. Noida end use.
Simple enough. We've been recommending the upcoming regions starting with Sector 70 going up to Sector 122 that would fit his budget requirements, as well as we'll be able to give him options where projects are getting ready and have smaller unit sizes. So 56 projects here, a large amount of supply for 40,600 units, 18 months is the inventory overhang. If you were to look at the weighted average price of the mid segment is about 5,150 rupees a square foot. 49% has been the price appreciation over the last 2.5 years, or 19% on an annualized basis. Modern by Mahagun India, Sector 78 is the first recommendation, 5,000 rupees a square foot, 2015 being the completion year, available from the resale market. Then we have Wisteria by Prateek Group, Sector 77, 5,300 to 5,500 rupees a square foot is the price of this project. 2014 being the completion year, available from the resale market. And lastly, you have Gaur Grandeur by Gorsons India, Sector 119. 5,600 rupees a square foot is the price. This project's ready, and this project's also available from the resale market.
Okay, so Alok, 3 recommendations for you along the Noida Expressway, along the sectors, the upcoming sectors, the hot developing sectors on the Noida Expressway. There's Modern by Mahagun India, Wisteria by Prateek Group, and Gaur Grandeur by Gorsons India. We have Anurag on the line with us now. Hi Anurag, how can we help you?
I'm looking for a 2 or 3 BHK residential apartment. Square feet would be around 1,000 and above at Lucknow, within my budget of 50 lakhs.
Okay.
Possession could be within 2 to 3 years, is fine with me. I'm not ready possession immediately, I don't require it.
All right. Ready to wait for 2 to 3 years, wants to invest in Lucknow, 50 lakhs.
So I think the budget is quite good for a Lucknow standpoint from an apartment point of view. We could recommend some very good locations, IM Road and Sitapur Road being the locations that we think you should go ahead with. There's a lot of infrastructure initiatives being planned over there as well. IM Road has 7 projects, Raebareli Road has 18 projects. The total supply in IM Road is 2550 units and Raebareli Road is 4080 units. For the IM Road, the inventory overhang is extremely low, it's 12 months, so very safe. Raebareli Road is a bit risky, it's 24 months, but on the danger zone, but not above the danger zone as such. The weighted average price of these markets have now touched 3250 rupees a square foot for IM Road, and Raebareli Road is 3150 rupees a square foot. The price appreciation trends, 37% has been the price appreciation over the last 2.5 years, which is translating to a 15% annualized basis. Raebareli Road has been about 32% or 13% on an annualized basis. Breeze by Eldeco Infrastructure, IM Road, 3,100 rupees a square foot is the price. 2015 is the completion year. Available with the developer. This is a 137-acre project comprising of villas, plots and other under construction projects. Rohtas Icon Heights by Rohtas Projects, Raebareli Road. This is 3,250 rupees a square foot. Getting ready in 2018. Available with the developer. It's a new project launch in Sector 6, Vrindavan Yojana. Project location is quite close to Amar Shahid Path and Raebareli Road intersection. Galaxy is the third recommendation from Ratan Housing, Raebareli Road. 3,000 rupees a square foot is the price of this project. Getting ready in 2016. Available with the developer. Ratan Galaxy lies in Sector 12 of Vrindavan Yojana. The project is in early stages of construction and will get delivered by 2016. So you have a choice between picking up projects starting from next year, but next year also means that projects get delayed, so you will have a good 2 years to get possession for that as well.
Sameer, both these locations in Lucknow, pretty decent price appreciation given that it's just a tier 2 market, 37% IM Road.
Yeah, what we've witnessed is that good locations in state capitals tend to appreciate as high as tier 1 cities. And because there is livability there, there is a demand coming from the entire state, and UP being such a big state, everybody wants to have a foothold in the capital region for sure.
Okay. So Anurag, 2 locations you can look at, IM Road and Raebareli Road. IM Road connects the state highway to Hardoi and NH24, which goes on to connect Delhi. And the Vrindavan Yojana township on Raebareli Road is home to many private projects and enjoys proximity to the airport. You can look at Breeze by Eldeco Infrastructure, Rohtas Icon Heights by Rohtas Projects, and Galaxy by Ratan Housing. And in more news from Lucknow, reports state that India's Metro man E. Sridharan is now on board the Lucknow Metro project. According to reports, E. Sridharan will act as the principal advisor to the Lucknow Metro Rail Corporation, which is developing a north-south metro corridor from Amosi Airport to Munshi Pulia Chauraha in Lucknow. While this project has seen is progressing at a very slow pace, till now, officials now expect the construction on this route could now begin by July onwards. We'll take a quick break here. Coming up, does Pune's remarkable real estate growth make it a top contender for the spot of the 7th metro city in India? Find out after this break. Also, we'll talk about prime property options in Mumbai.